Welcome back, viewers. 10 foods that cause inflammation. Inflammation can be good or bad depending on the situation. On one hand, it's your body's natural way of protecting itself when you're injured or sick. It can help your body defend itself from illness and stimulate healing. On the other hand, chronic sustained inflammation is linked to an increased risk of diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Interestingly, the foods you eat can significantly affect inflammation in your body. In this video, we'll reveal 10 foods that cause inflammation. Keep on watching this video to learn what foods to avoid. How do unhealthy foods cause inflammation? Chronic inflammation is associated with certain diseases like diabetes, Alzheimer's, and depression, and can also cause plaque buildup in the arteries, leading to stroke and heart disease. Scientifically put, certain foods can affect inflammatory markers in the body, namely C-reactive protein found in the blood. For example, processed sugars can flip the switch for an inflammatory response. Consistently eating a lot of sugars results in chronic inflammation and the resulting disease. A diet made up of the following foods, among others we will discuss, will maintain the inflammatory response I'm talking about. Trans fats like margarine, processed meats like sausage and bacon, fried foods, foods with refined sugar. Number 1. Added sugars. It has become increasingly difficult to avoid added sugars because food manufacturers add large doses to improve the flavor of many packaged foods. But research shows that consuming too much added sugar leads to chronic inflammation. When you digest something, the sugar enters your blood. Insulin then puts the sugar into your cells to give them energy. But when there's too much sugar at one time, insulin tries to store the excess in your fat cells, causing them to get larger. Over time, research shows this can lead to weight gain or insulin resistance, which is associated with other metabolic conditions. Our body is not designed to process excessive amounts of added sugar throughout the day. We must be more aware when choosing products and reading the label. Natural sugars are already present in food like fruit and plain dairy products, while added sugars are extra and enhance the flavor of foods. Added sugar can cause those spikes in blood sugar. Natural sugars found in fruit and dairy do not typically spike your blood sugar as quickly because they also contain fiber and lean protein to help slow digestion. Number 2. Trans fats. Food manufacturers create trans fats through the process of hydrogenation. Adding hydrogen to fat changes its texture, consistency, and shelf life. But researchers have found that there's no safe level of trans fats to consume, so it's recommended to aim for less than 1 gram of trans fat each day. Shortening is a classic example of trans fat, but you can find them in restaurant foods and baked goods such as cookies, pastries, and crackers. Trans fats raise your bad cholesterol (LDL) levels and lower good cholesterol (HDL) levels. Both actions can increase your risk for developing heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Food manufacturers know that trans fats are the latest bad guys on the block, so they've gotten creative with labeling. While many food labels clearly state no trans fat or trans fat free, a product is still allowed to hide a half gram or less per serving of their products. This is where it gets tricky because if you eat more than one serving, you have easily exceeded the 1 gram of trans fat or less per day limit. One way to find out if an item is truly free of trans fat is to look at the ingredients. If you see hydrogenated oils or partially hydrogenated oils in the ingredients list, then the food contains trans fat. Number 3. Red and processed meats. Processed meats have been salted, cured, fermented, or smoked for flavor or preservation purposes. Research shows both processed and red meats are high in saturated fat, which causes inflammation. Studies have shown that higher intakes of these meats lead to cancer, heart disease, and stroke, all of which go hand in hand with inflammation. Number 4. Omega-6s. Omega fatty acids are fats that your body uses for energy. Since your body can't make them, you get them from the foods you eat. We need these fatty acids for normal growth and development. They also contribute to the good kind of inflammation in the body that helps heal you. But research shows you need a healthy balance of omega-6s in your body. Consuming omega-3s, fats you get from foods such as salmon, walnuts, and flaxseed, helps you achieve that balance. If you don't have enough omega-3s and too many omega-6s, You create a pro-inflammatory response and consistent inflammation. Number 5. Refined carbs. Refined carbohydrates are stripped of their nutrition and lack fiber. These processed carbs are becoming a mainstay in a lot of people's diets. Research shows that refined carbs may cause inflammation in your body. It's similar to added sugars because nothing slows their breakdown. They hit your bloodstream quickly and spike your blood sugar. An elevated blood sugar creates an inflammatory response. Your body is trying to remove the sugar from your blood, so it stimulates that inflammation. Instead of avoiding carbs altogether, replace refined carbs with 100% whole grain alternatives like quinoa, oatmeal, and brown rice. These take longer to digest, so they won't spike your blood sugar as quickly. They help you create a steady balance in your body after you eat, which means less inflammation, and fill your palate with high-fiber foods including vegetables and fruits. They have lots of nutrition, vitamins, and minerals. Real quick, hit that like button and let's get back into it. Number 6. Vegetable and seed oils. Some scientists believe that certain vegetable oils such as soybean oil promote inflammation due to their very high omega-6 fatty acid content. Health professionals recommend eating more omega-3 rich foods such as fatty fish to improve your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio and reap the anti-inflammatory benefits of omega-3s. Number 7. Excess alcohol. Moderate alcohol consumption has been shown to provide some health benefits. However, higher amounts can lead to severe problems. People who drink heavily may develop problems with bacterial toxins moving out of the colon and into the body. This condition, often called leaky gut, can drive widespread inflammation that leads to organ damage. To avoid alcohol-related health problems, intake should be limited to 2 standard drinks per day for men and 1 for women. Number 8. Gluten. Many choose not to eat foods containing gluten. As well, people who have conditions like celiac disease cannot tolerate gluten due to its effects on the intestine. There is an inflammatory reaction that can affect the organs and tissues. Bread, couscous, and other foods made with wheat, barley, and rye are the culprits. Avoid inflammation by purchasing foods that are gluten-free. When reading the labels, however, make sure that the gluten-free product does not contain unnecessary added ingredients like potato starch or tons of sugar. Better yet, make your own breads and muffins at home. Number 9. MSG monosodium glutamate. If you are a lover of deli meat, fast food, canned vegetables, and prepared Asian food, you are consuming MSG, otherwise known as monosodium glutamate. It is a known cause of food-related inflammation. It has been classified as generally recognized as safe by the FDA, but it's best to be avoided. Look for no MSG added when out at restaurants or eating takeout food. Number 10. Casein. Milk products contain casein. Studies prove that casein can cause digestive discomfort, gastrointestinal inflammation, small intestine inflammation, and increased inflammatory markers when blood tests are done. Cheese, ice cream, yogurt, and milk contain casein. Shop for plant-based alternatives like almond or coconut milk and plant-based yogurt and cheese. What are the health benefits of eating non-inflammatory foods? The benefits are aplenty, my friends. That's why it just makes so much sense to eat this way. Not only will you feel more energized and more focused, but these results are also worth the effort too. Eating fruits and vegetables gives your body anti-inflammatory nutrients. Omega-3s balance the inflammatory processes in the body. Eating clean as opposed to processed and fatty foods reduces the intake of unhealthy fats. Foods like whole grains, beans, and lentils contain antioxidants that repair cell and tissue damage. Non-meat-based proteins like nuts are less inflammatory. Vitamin deficiencies that you may have will disappear once you start eating healthier. Even low levels of inflammation on a chronic basis can lead to disease. Do your best to keep inflammation in check by choosing a wide variety of delicious antioxidant-rich foods. Peppers, dark chocolate, fish, and extra virgin olive oil are just a few foods that can help you combat inflammation and reduce your risk of illness. Which of these 10 foods do you usually eat? And are you ready to cut them off from your everyday meal? Share us your thoughts in the comments section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. For more interesting facts on the human body, subscribe to the channel. Here are 2 more videos you should check out. Both of them will definitely help you reach your goals.